That's cool, it's cool. Don't even worry about that. We're going to read that again.
Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger. Even them that rejoice in my highness.
Right, that's talking about the angels. The Most High concerned spirits of vengeance. Let me get that. It's this is a Surah 39 verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. Right? In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And remember, these are spirits. Now when they pour out their force, they say, he said, in the time of destruction, they pour out their force. These spirits pour out their force in the time of destruction. And these are the sanctified ones. Read that, man.
Hey. Isaiah 13 and verse 3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness.
It's always messed up people that come there to
Isaiah 13 verse 3. I have commanded my sanctified ones.
I've commanded them, because remember they rejoice at the Most High's commandment. Go ahead.
I have called also my mighty ones for mine anger.
Go ahead.
Even them that rejoice in my highness.
Go ahead.
The noise of a multitude in the mountains.
Right, let me read it. It says, and the peace, Surah 39 and the middle of verse 28. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And then it says, fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. So the Most High created fire for vengeance. So the Most High wants to bring vengeance upon Babylon. Why? Because our people were kept as slaves in America. In North America, the North Country, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi were taken as slaves there and served of Babylon. Okay? It tells you that in Deuteronomy 28 verse 68 that we were, what does it say? Led into bondage again with slave ships and sold for bondman and bondwoman, and that no man would redeem us, no man would buy us out of our situation. Okay? But, what was I going to bring up? Let's see. Came out my head. But the scripture said that the Most High created fire for vengeance, and that's the scripture. The scripture says, the day of vengeance is in my heart, man.
Burn everything. Burn it like an
Hold on. Move to the read on. Fire and hell, famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpion, serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. So, all you people here, you're all wicked. You're all wicked, yeah? And the scripture says that I will destroy the sinners out of this land. In Isaiah the 13th chapter. So it said, they shall rejoice in his commandment. Talking about these angels, these spirits. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. So let me go back to it's in Psalms.
When you teach.
She needs to cover up. Definitely needs to cover up. Where is that scripture? This is Psalms 103 verse 20. Bless Yahweh, ye his angels that excel in strength. They excel in strength, man, because these angels are going to pour out their force. And they appease the rock in the time of destruction. They're going to pour out their force. Because the angels, the spirits of Yahweh, they excel in strength. See, the nuclear destruction is going to be so powerful that I said that the very earth and the heavens itself shall shake, man. It tells you in Haggai that once again I shall shake the heavens, the earth, the dry land, and the sea. That's how powerful the angels are. And that's just earth. There's many different planets that the Most High had created. And that's just earth. One planet in the whole solar system that the Most High going to execute his judgment on. So it said, that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word. Bless ye Yahweh, all ye his hosts, ye ministers of his that do his pleasure. Right? Let's go back to Isaiah 13.
Isaiah 13 verse 4. The noise of a multitude. Isaiah 14 and 3. Isaiah 13 verse 3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger.
See, my mighty ones for my anger, talking about the Most High angels. Go ahead.
Even them that rejoice in my highness.
Go ahead.
The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of kingdoms, of nations, gathered together. Yahweh of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people.
Talking about these nuclear missiles, man. Well, continue reading.
A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh of hosts mustereth the hosts for the battle.
Right, because they're talking about a third world war. The kingdoms of the nations gathered together. And that goes into Joel, where it says the valley of decision. The Most High is going to gather all nations, all right, for a determined end. Go on.
This is Zephaniah 1 and 14. It says, the great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteneth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness.
Come forward, because I don't think the camera can.
It says, verse 16, a day of the trumpets and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Well, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land.
So read that, the fire of his jealousy part. Read that part again.
Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy.
See, the whole land, the scripture says the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, man. And that fire is coming from the nuclear missiles. See, these are the weapons of the Most High's indignation. The Most High put the spirit upon the powers of this earth to create the instruments of death, which is written in Isaiah 13. The instruments of death are going to consume the land with the fire of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh's jealousy, man. For the controversy of Zion, for the controversy of you so-called black people and what's happened to you in these Western Hemisphere, how you've been scattered in the earth, how you've been taken as slaves. The Most High is going to plead your cause by bringing great destruction upon the land of your captivity. which is a miracle. Okay? Modern day Babylon, modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, modern day Egypt shall be destroyed by a nuclear fire. Read on.
It says, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land.
He shall even make a speedy riddance. The Most High is going to be rid of the inhabitants of the land of a miracle. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say that land will be a desert, man. Desert-like creatures will be dwelling in the land which was once known as a miracle. The Most High has not blessed a miracle. That land is cursed. Right? It says that blood defileth the land, man.
When I was on the bus, I heard someone say she's on the phone. I said that we're no longer living in the last days.
Exactly. And in the last days, the Most High sent prophets. Well, you got something going?
Yeah, Numbers 35:33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood defileth the land.
And when they say in Michael, this place is polluted and will destroy you. That's what it says, arise and depart. But our people want to build. You wanna, you know what I'm saying?
New Nazareth. The brothers want to build New Nazareth, isn't it, in Georgia.
You know what I'm saying? Oh boy. You people think you have a future in this place. There is no future here.
Numbers 35:33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are.
Right?
For blood it defileth the land.
Okay.
And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Yeah, so the Most High is coming to bring justice and vengeance to the earth, to the land of a miracle, Babylon the Great. Because it tells you in Revelations chapter 17 that she was drunken with the blood of the saints, man. Get that? Revelations 17 verse.
Yeah, I've got it. 17:6. This is Revelation 17:6. Or shall I start up the verse?
Let's read verse 17 and 6.
Right, 17:6. It says, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
Stop, read that again.
Revelation chapter 17 and verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints.
Yeah, they're talking about an actual woman. You know, some cannibal drinking blood. You know? That's talking about a miracle. And what proves that is verse 15. Read that.
This is Revelation 17 and verse 15.
No, the last verse.
Oh, read again.
The last verse of that chapter.
Slacking. Revelation 17 and 18. And the woman which thou sawest,
That woman with that source, which was drinking the blood of the saints,
is the great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
is that great city. So it's a metaphoric explanation. It's a similitude which needs to be interpreted. That woman that was drunken with the blood of the Israelites is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. What city or what land reigns over all the rest of the lands of the earth? We know there has to be a miracle. America's the big bad wolf telling the whole world what to do, putting sanctions on people, checking people for having nuclear bombs, okay? Flexing his muscles, making threats. America is that great city spoken of in Revelations that's doomed for nuclear fire. Why? For the controversy of our people, so-called black people, Hispanic and Native American people. Okay? Because you were led into captivity into that land. And it's that very same land that the Most High is going to judge. Bring up the sheet.
And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
Exactly. America is known for abominations, man. 2 men getting married, walking down the aisle together, holding hands in marriage, man. Sex changes, all kind of abominations. And it said that she's, what it say? Read that again.
Revelation 17 verse 5, and upon her forehead was written a name, Mystery Babylon the Great.
It's a mystery. It is a mystery. Knowing what Babylon is. That mystery, we know that to be America. Read it.
And upon her forehead is written the name, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
The abominations of the earth. You can eat what you want, do what you please. You know what I'm saying? That's the ways of America. Doing as thou wilt. Let's go. You got something wrong?
This is the book of Revelation 18. It says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils.
So it said Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils. See, America, the end of America is prophesied in the Bible. Read on.
And it's become the habitation of devils, and the whole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
So it said that America has become the home of every foul bird and every, what did it say?
And every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
So what's that talking about? Because America's going to become the greatest desert on the planet Earth. Chicago, New York, Seattle, California, Texas, all right, New Orleans, Miami,
The whole shebang.
huh?
The whole shebang.
The whole square mile of America is going to be destroyed and become a great desert. And no man shall inhabit that land from generation to generation. That's where you go. What's that?
Hosea 4:6. It's like it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest unto me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children.
Read that again.
Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
See, you so-called black people, you're destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man. You have no understanding of who you are. You can't be taking pride in being black. You know what I'm saying? And before the Most High has America destroyed, the Most High's intent is that we come back onto who we are, remember ourselves in the land of this captivity. Before the Most High judges this place. Read that again.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children.
Right, break it down. Like you bring it down.
Well, the reason why I break it down is because we're breaking down that America's Babylon the Great. But our people don't want to wake up to that fact. They still want to be in league with the beast. They want to follow the ways of America. So therefore, they are going to get destroyed, and their children are going to get destroyed because they've forgotten the law of their power.
I'll pour upon the spirit of delusion. That's part of it. Let's go back to Isaiah 13.
Yeah, this is back in Revelation 18. It says, verse 3, all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Yeah, because America's known for trading with China. They get a lot of their their items and purchases from China. Like them Greeks, man. You know, the Moabites, the Ammonites, they're known for trading with other nations. That's why it says what it just says. Read that again.
It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Right, so all nations, you participated in the abominations of America. I believe it's one of the Middle Eastern countries. There's transgenders in their schools now. I think it's in Iran. There's transgenders there, man, in a Muslim school.
Wow, that's tough.
In India, there was LGBTs parades in India. Gay marriages and shit. So all the abominations of America is now being practiced by other nations.
And they put sanctions on these countries when they don't obey, their laws or their rules.
Yeah.
Basically force them into doing things.
And they force the nations into drinking that wine, trying to force it down their throat.
Verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues."
Exactly, that's the deliverance. Come out of her, my people, that ye receive not of her plagues. What's the main plague? Zechariah 14 and 12. Come out of her, my people, that ye receive not of her plagues. Okay, well.
Zechariah 14 verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongues shall consume away in their mouths.
Yeah, so that's the plague that's going to come upon America. You understand? All day that's against this word. It says, he that despiseth the words shall be destroyed.
And if I could say, that's that nuclear fire, man.
Yeah.
That's what that nuclear fire will consume the eyes away, in the holes and the tongues in the mouth.
Yeah. That's one hell of a judgment. It says, their flesh shall be consumed while they stand upon their feet. Meaning they're still alive. They're still alive while they're being consumed. Meaning their spirit is still intact. They're feeling the pain of their flesh being consumed. And their eyes.
I can vision it, man. I can vision it.
We see
It's not even funny. It's not even funny.
When you look at what Terminator 2 is,
They
show you that, man.
They actually show you that. Their eyes being consumed in their tongue, in their mouth.
They're feeling it. Because these movie directors, man, they know the scriptures.
That's the wrath of the most. That's the anger, the hatred of the Most High towards these people, man. These people don't realize how much the Most High hate them. They mean the Most High hated sinners, man. Go on.
Can I say something on that subject? The special effects guys who worked on that scene, they were traumatized by it. They were saying, you know what, man, we've worked on a lot of things in our life, but this one really hit me hard because it was so visceral, so real. So they really got shook up by that.
And that's the spirit.
That's the spirit. Premonition.
You see what I'm saying? So Revelations 14, it says the wrath without
Revelation 14.
he that receiveth the mark, he shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High. And then I'm the one who read the scripture said that's the fire of his jealousy. The fire of his jealousy, because America, you've taken into captivity the apple of the Lord's eye, and you refuse to let him go. You refuse to let Israel go, man. You understand? The intent of Esau is to wipe out the seed of Jacob. You understand? And you want to enslave Jacob to the will of your new world order, to the will of your system.
And that's why they're
You
pushing out.
deceived Jacob.
That's why they're pushing out the vaccine on us.
Yeah. You're trying to push out the max on Jake.
First and foremost to us.
Yeah. You're trying to make us get served first. Taking it. Huh? Well,
There's more in Revelation.
Right, so this is what you call for Revelation 14 verse 10. And it says, let me start from verse 9 actually. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Read that again, man.
Revelation chapter 14 from verse 9. And there followed the third angel saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image.
Where is the beast? The beast is this whole system, the EU, NATO, and America's a part of that. And when I say worship, does it literally mean getting down on your hands and knees? Worshipping the beast is basically the word worship. When you look at the word worship, it means to hold in high regard or reverence. So if you're going to put this system, if you fear this system, if you fear Esau over the Most High, the scriptures tell you your judgment. Okay.
This doesn't feel like a message of love.
Okay, well then, okay. Alright then. Alright.
I mean, you're...
But why do you say that? Why do you say this?
Well, there's a sort of anger in your...
Well, do you think that God is angry?
Anger about what you're saying.
Okay, but isn't the prophet supposed to bring out the word of God? Give me Proverbs 1 and 20.
I think the word of God we're responsible for the way we receive the word of God. So when we speak angrily, it's not, you can't blame God for speaking angrily. You speak angrily. If you speak angrily,
Okay,
Right,
I will read this. It says, I'll pour out my spirit on you.
Right, Proverbs 1 and 23, it says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
So how do you think God feels when he's been reaching out his hand
I have no idea.
and no one and everyone's
I have no
refusing?
idea how God feels. But if I would say that I speak in the name of the Almighty, then I would still feel that I'm responsible for my voice. I'm heard as me. I can't say I have to say this because God says it. If I speak to people, I have to be responsible. Feel responsible for the response. If I speak angrily and it upsets people, then it's me upsetting them. It's not God upsetting them.
Yeah, but did you know that God has a people? These are the God's people.
Yeah, I'm Jewish.
Should they not be
Yes,
angry?
I'm Jewish.
You're Jewish. The real Jew is us. It tells you about the color of the Jews that they're dark. They're black. Their skin is black. And actually to be white, to be white, that's called leprosy in the Bible. You know about the plague of leprosy, right?
This doesn't make sense.
You've heard about the plague of leprosy.
Right. If a person says he's a Jew, is he not a Jew?
The tribe of Judah.
No. I say
What
I'm a
tribe
Jew.
are you from? You know there's 12 tribes in Israel.
Yes, but do you know any history of this? There were 12 tribes. Yes. There were 10 in the northern kingdom, plus Judah and Benjamin in the kingdom of Judah, and there were priests and Levites. All the 10 tribes in the northern kingdom were parted away by the Assyrian Empire. So we don't. They were exiled. They were taken away to other countries. So we've lost track of them. And
They came to another land where no mankind dwelt.
It's quite possible.
You've got to piece it.
It's all quite possible that they're not people who identify as
Get limitations 5 and 10.
But so Jews today, the people like me who call themselves Jews,
You call yourself Jewish. Jewish.
I've just been insulted.
But
Right, it's a limitation
you call
5 and
yourself
10.
Jewish.
You just insulted.
But you call yourself Jewish. Are you not Jewish?
I said yes.
Exactly, how that insulting? It's not insulting to call Jewish man
You
Jewish.
made a joke about it. You said you was Jewish. So Jewish is
Isn't that what you call yourself?
I'm a Jew.
You call yourself Jewish. You just said you do.
Yes, and that means
So how's that
I'm a Jew.
insulting?
Yes, yes. But the way you said it was nasty. You said Jew. It's like saying
Right, this is Lamentations 5 and 10.
No,
It says,
listen.
our skin was black.
No, shut up.
Like
You
an
know
oven.
exactly what you did.
I said-
You
said
tried to
ours
make a
was black
joke
like
about
an
it.
oven.
Your
Your skin ain't black.
Terrible
What was
famine.
that?
It said our skin is black.
What did you mean?
They said our skin was black.
What did you mean when you said
Lamentations
Jew
5 and
is-
10. Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible
Your
famine.
skin is a black.
So I think basically you're saying I can't be Jewish.
Your skin is not dark, man. Who read the book of Lamentations?
Be clear.
Who read the book of Lamentations?
So you're saying
Who read the book of Lamentations? Jeremiah, right? And he said our skin was dark like an oven because of the famine.
quoting
What is
that.
famine?
What do you-
Exactly. What is famine?
You don't want to listen.
What's famine? We're going to listen to you. You listen to us. If you don't like it, have a nice day.
You're just being
Have a
insulting.
nice. No, we're not insulting you. I'll ask you a question.
You are being
What is famine?
insulting.
What is famine? A food shortage, a severe scarcity of food. When black people, dark-skinned people go through famine, our melanin gets darker. We just read our skin was dark like an oven because of the famine. Your people don't have melanin. So that shows that this is not describing your
So
people.
what does this prove?
This shows that our people are the people of this book.
Okay, and what does that say about me?
That you're not the Jew. The scripture says, get Job 30 verse 30.
Instead of proving things, you're not talking to me as a person. You don't even see me as a person. You look in this book and then you
That's
find
because
the
you're trying to
whole world.
overspeak us. You're telling us to shut up. We haven't told you to shut up. You're the one telling us to shut up. You're the one being...
Job 30 and 30
on.
says, my skin is black
We
upon
never told
me.
you to shut up. Go on.
My skin is black upon me.
My skin is
Bones are
black
burned
upon
with
me.
heat.
Job said that. Job was a black man. He said, my skin is black. Dark
Another
skin. Kodah. You know the Hebrew, right? You're a Jew, so you know Hebrew. Kodah. The word Kodah means what?
What?
The word Kodah means what? In ancient Hebrew. Kodah.
God.
Kodah. Kodah is ancient Hebrew word. What does that mean? Kodah.
How do you spell it?
Oh my God. But you
I
know your
can't
Hebrew.
quite spell it in English. If you spell it in English, how is it?
Qadar.
Kadar.
Which means...
No, the word for dark used for the black skin is shachor.
No, that's not
That's not Hebrew, man. You speak.
That's
you
Yiddish,
speak
man. Yiddish ain't Hebrew. That's why you ain't no Israelite. Demon, man. Hey, man, read.
This is Proverbs 13 verse 13. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed.
He had a weird spirit on him, man. Very weird. He was weird, man. He was weird. You man, these people had their dirty hands on us, man. Guys like that.
He was being passive aggressive. He was trying to use subtlety to try and get us to shut up.
Yeah, you gotta use it against him. That's what you're asking. What does Kodah mean?
And he thought he knew more than us.
Exactly. To try to say that
That's
we're
not being
teaching the word of God with anger.
The scripture says to cry aloud, man, and spare not.
Yeah. The Bible's filled up with lamentations, mourning and woe. They don't understand the spirit of the Bible.
Because they look at the pictures of Jesus, man, with long hair and blue eyes, you know, arms out to the children.
Be the pedophile.
Yeah.
But the scriptures say if a man of long hair is ashamed of his
Exactly.
Go on.
This is Isaiah 58 and 1. Cry loud and spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet. And shew my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
So we're here to tell our people that you've tried